Oh no, Charlotte. Oh, she's back. That's fine. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles. In the last episode, we came here to the central pit of the Ether mine under Colony 6, and this is where we will be remaining this episode. So we need to work our way down to the bottom, where any surviving HOMs are being taken, and presumably that's where our bronze-faced friend has taken Juju off to. I did a fair bit of ranting about the old Ether mine last episode, and I will try to avoid doing that this episode. So this is going to be a positive episode, because we are going to get to the bottom of this, and don't get me wrong, I've complained about the Ether mine as like a dungeon process, but I assure you, once we get to the bottom, the payoff is almost worth the arse of the Ether mine. That I've said that this feels like the plot's slowing down, but boy does it absolutely take off again at the bottom of the Ether mine, so don't worry about that. I'm going to hop onto this and actually ride it down to the bottom, not the top. And then from down here, we actually have, basically, there are a lot, I mentioned this last episode, there's a lot of these like little optional side pathways that basically just get me Ether crystals, because I do really want to take advantage of that while we're down here. So, let's start. There's two contingents of mech on here. This one will actually fight me, so I'm going to fight them. So with that one done, I think this group ain't going to bother us. Nope. If they're not blue, then they're not a problem. Let's grab these fire ether deposits and then just head back up to the top of the regulation piston. As I say, this was all just a little detour. Oh no, come back. Oh, piss nuts. There we go. And as we kind of plug on with the rest of this, there's not going to be a whole lot necessarily going on, so I'm going to get a little bit meta. That I'm going to talk about not what we're actually doing in terms of the gameplay, because it's going to be just moving through the old Ether mine. So I'm going to talk about this series so far. We are currently on episode, what's it, 17? And this is interesting. This episode has, and last episode to another fair extent as well. Last episode, definitely. Last episode had the smallest set of notes for an episode I've done so far. Because obviously, maybe not obviously, so I guess I'll point it out. I have notes. I have played through this game previously, like, well, as part of playing this thing, I've played through the whole fucking thing. and made notes for ideas of where episodes should split, which right. For those who don't know, when I'm practicing through something and making notes, I do tend to start and stop a timer, so I can have a rough idea of what 20 minutes is going to be. But with this series, I've been very much on the not holding too closely to a 20-minute timer and trying to get focused episodes more on getting stuff done, such that at the point of recording, we've still not had an episode under 20 minutes. I don't know about the ones in this chunk from tonight, which started with Romantic Notions of a Boy/Girl, that episode. But I don't think any of them will have clocked in at 20 minutes either. But it's obviously it's hard to estimate exactly how long an episode's going to be when I'm not actually recording. Sometimes stuff goes faster, sometimes when recording, think, oh, I'll just skip through these battles, but then I'm telling a story, so I end up going through them, or sometimes some stuff happens which makes me want to show it. It's very difficult to estimate the timings in that way. And so, I have often absolutely no idea how long these are going to be. And it really does vary in terms of both the complexity of the level, of the recording and of the edits, hugely varies based on what we do in the game. So obviously the edit has a lot of visualizer stuff in. This might be... No, it's got landmarks in it. I was going to say this might be the first episode, or last episode might be the first episode, which has no visualizer elements. But that's actually not true, because, it'll still have landmark stuff coming in, but certainly most of the visualizer stuff is for side quests, and we will be doing side quests in the vast, vast majority of episodes. But last episode literally has 6 lines in the notes. That's it. It just says, well, my little symbol of 3 arrows, which means proceed onwards, which basically is just like, let cutscenes play, follow quest objectives, that kind of thing. Then it says, after cutscene, follow tunnels east to ether deposits, fight the Dark Kisling. Didn't read the notes. Right, this is the thing, I make notes. Whether I fucking follow them or not is a completely different kettle of fish, and often I just don't. And there I got ambushed by the Dark Kisling, despite my notes telling me to fucking watch out for that. Then it says follow around and go up the stairs, fight the vengeful Dalton, that I was aware of. After lever, cut to the door, enter central pit. Proceed onwards, end at regulation piston. That was it. That was the notes for an entire episode. Because this is a relatively linear area. Oh yeah, by the way, we still got a long way down to go yet. Yeah, this is a very linear area, so I don't need stuff that's actually, you know, telling me, oh, it's daytime, apparently. That's telling me necessarily where to go, because it's just kind of like follow the thing. But yeah, side quests are also an interesting mix to that, because often side quests actually don't add a lot to my notes. Obviously, there's a lot of planning that goes into which side quests to do when, what becomes available when, and sometimes that's, if I slightly deviate from what my plans intend to do, then what side quests become available in what order, due to area affinity mostly, becomes wildly different. So I have to be able to potentially have a little bit of wiggle room built in for that. But sometimes, like, from a notes perspective, sometimes side quests heavier episodes can actually be relatively light on the notes, where they basically say, go to this landmark, speak to this person at this time, get this quest, do that quest, and then just do that like 4 or 5 times, because each quest, my average is a quest takes about 5 minutes to do, including reading out stuff, doing the tech quest. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, which is why my episodes vary so much, but that's a nice rule of thumb, is about 5 minutes per quest. Now we get into this bottom area, and it gets way more platformy than it's being already, and this is one of the mildly interesting parts of the Safe in the Ether mine. Make sure you're on this side, because obviously we want to go around with the rotation of this thing, and hop onto it. You don't actually need to hop onto it, you can just walk onto it. You'll notice we are actually getting pretty close to the bottom now. I was talking shit, but we will be there before too long. But yeah, so but then the side quests are the vast majority of the edits, like especially cutscene heavy episodes. With the cutscene, obviously I've watched them many times, and obviously I like to watch the cutscenes when I'm playing and comment on them, stuff like that, but if I'm editing, when we start on a cutscene, I just set the volume higher, then just skip straight to the end of the cutscene and resume editing again, so cutscene heavy episodes are very light on the editing. Here is an M84. These things are, we've not seen them before, and this one we absolutely have to fight them in order to proceed, because this claw thing has come down. What makes the M84s interesting is they are, good one. I was going to say, they're basically immune to break and topple. They have like an 70, I think, or 80% break resistance. And of course, the first Metal Blast Charla fires off absolutely broke it. So that's brilliant. But like, Stream Edge there, didn't do it. Air Slash, side effect, should inflict break, didn't break it there at all. Yeah, they are hard to break. And you can see it actually flags up resist when it's saying them. And Shulk's auto attack is extremely unlikely to break them as well. Because remember, we've got that break gem on, which means he has a chance of doing it. Oh, we have... Dude. Fuck's sake, this guy was like, oh yeah, this guy's really hard to break. We've broken and toppled him twice in one thing. Killing him, of course, releases the giant robot mining hand that for some reason was linked to him. Very strange. Yeah, so episodes like these ones will be incredibly light on the editing and will basically just take me as long as watching through the actual episode does. Which, especially if they're cutscene heavy, can be as little as a few minutes depending on how much I'm in them. Next episode's going to be a big one for that. You ain't going to see me next episode, because next episode is going to be almost entirely cutscenes, and it's going to be so good. Because next episode we're going to get basically the point where I was like, yes, I have to play this game entirely through to its end now. You've got me. So that's a good one. Be around for next episode. Though this one will also be good once we get to the bottom. But whereas, like, it's especially the episodes when we first get to a new area, of which there are only really going to be 4 or 5 in the game. And it's when we get all the generic quests, you get your Monster Quest 2 Part 1s and stuff like that, so we've got to build all... I mean, obviously I've got the visualizers stuff ready to roll, but I still need to plug in the specifics of like, this time we fight 2 of these bad boys. But I think we've... Actually, no, well, we had a chain attack nearly ready to go, but now we don't so much. Cool, I'll fight these guys. The frequency with which we're toppling and dazing these things to say they should be resisting it is, frankly, hilarious. And that's a chain attack. No, it's not, because I missed the fucking burst affinity. Ugh, I suck. Now we're ready for a chain attack. So, we'll do Shulk. Then we'll do Rhine. Then, what do we want to do with Charla? Metal Blast will break them both in a chain attack, which will be quite handy. Yep. And then hopefully Rhine will be able to wild down them. Well, he toppled it, but killed it with that. Oh, Ryan learned an art. We got stuff. Brilliant. Right, we'll do some leveling up once we're out of here, then. Oh, he cylinder-handed me. Yeah, it's like a kind of blow-down art, which have we seen blow-down before? Can't remember, but yeah, that thing that knocks you on your ass like that. It's not topple, because you're not stuck like that. But it is, yeah, blow-down, which can be a little annoying. Wow, we've almost built him another chain attack just on this guy. We may even do that before we kill him, in which case I will kill him with the chain attack, because it'll look cool as fuck, frankly. Yeah, fuck it, let's kill him with a chain attack. So, we'll backslash from Shulk, the classic, and then just kill him with a sword drive. He's still alive? Thunderbullet then, I guess. There we go. Oh, and Charlie got a level up as well. Excellent. What the fuck was that going on there? Anyway, arts. So, Ryan learned an art. Oh, Ryan learned Shield Bash. Excellent. Let's get rid of Guard Shift for this. So this is a day's art on Ryan. Ooh, yes. Level up the old sword drive. We'll keep that down, but that means him and Shulk now both have ways of dazing, which is pretty cool. Ooh, more Thunder Bullets. More Metal Blast. Give me more of that shit that I like. Oh, Shulk. Oh, more Stream Edge. Yes, good. Hook it up to my veins. Right. A work of art. That's update, create a certain amount of arts. But yeah, so obviously I have the kind of like the broad things that like I have Photoshop documents which are basically the visualizers ready to roll. I just need to actually like plug the details into them, but I don't have every possible permutation of the visualizers actually like made up and ready to go. So I do make them up on an episode. Well, basically I tend to record most. I tend to edit most of a recording session stuff in one kind of. Ooh, we can do the strange. In one chunk, and then I'll do all the visualizer stuff for it in one. But yeah, it's those when you first get to a new area, of which there are, say, only 5 in the game. So far we've got to the Colony 9 area and the Colony 6 area. It's the first time we get to an area that suddenly it gets really busy with side quests, and those ones can take a hell of a long time to edit, whereas ones like this and last episode will take almost no time to edit, so it's a very variable thing. With that, we have finally made it all the way to the bottom of the central pit. It only took 1.5 episodes, really. Strap in, this is going to be a good one. Otharon shouting, you know, Gado, Juju, this is for you. Let's find out what the fuck that means. On with the show.
No. They're gone. So whose blood is... Oh no.
Ah, here at last! I've been getting hungry!
Shulk! Isn't that? It's him, all right. He's the one who took Juju.
Juju and the others. Tell me where they are!
You want the brat? Well, he's right here!
Juju!
He's still alive, but don't think he will be for long. As for the others, well, I just couldn't help myself. I ate them all up! Welcome to our banquet hall. Tonight, the main course will be you! And if I've still got room, the brat will make a tasty dessert!
Murderer!
I'm Xord, your host tonight.
Xord! So you have a name?
That's what they all say. Can't say that I remember it myself.
What's he talking about?
Oh yes, it's good to see fresh meat on the table. These colony folk just didn't fill me up.
Gado. the others.
Come on, boys! Dinner's ready!
I swear I won't stop until I've scrapped each and every one of you!
Get behind me! Right, Sharla. We are Homs. And we won't just stand here, waiting to be eaten.
Monado? Do you think that thing can get me?
How about this?
I'm not Metal Face. You'll have to try harder!
It's the same as before. The Monado's useless against this guy.
Inflict break during a chain attack. Large monsters can resist break arts, however they generally cannot defend against break art used during a chain attack. So basically this is telling us about how to do that. And his voice goes awful again. So he attacks by calling minions, and this is what we have to do in this fight, is basically build up the party gauge by fighting his little bastards while basically avoiding Xord himself. Yes, he has a name now, he's not just Mysterious Face. And then once your party gauge is high enough, chain attack to topple Xord and then go from there. Also, I've mentioned this in the past that I consider Xenoblade, and everyone considers Xenoblade really, to be an absolute masterclass in foreshadowing. It gives you stuff, and like it just tells you stuff that happens later in the game, and you see it because of the Monado, and you don't necessarily clock what it is. That shot of Sharla going, "I won't stop until I've scrapped each and every one of you." The first time I played this, I was like, "That seems familiar. Where have I seen that before?" And it's actually from literally the first time Shulk touches the Monado. You see that shot. You see an absolute ton of stuff in that shot when Shulk first touches the Monado. To the point where, if you've not seen this game before, I maybe would not go back and watch that, because then you'll be thinking, oh, when's this going to appear in the whole game? Which can somewhat stop your enjoyment. But also, he's calling minions again, excellent. But also, one of the nice things about Xenoblade is it's very well done in terms of, you often don't realise that stuff is a spoiler. Like, there's stuff which I know what happens in this game, and I see it, and I'm like, oh god, they're really, that foreshadowing is almost a spoiler. But pretty much without fail, you don't know what you're looking at during, big visions and stuff like that, so it doesn't seem like a spoiler to people who don't think it is. Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, let's try and topple this guy here. So, we've somehow already done damage to him, god knows how, but we will just stream edge him. And then topple with Rhine. Then, I guess, we'll just do some healing for everyone with Sharla, because we do get extra healing in chain attacks. And he's now toppled, so the first thing I want to do with Shulk is daze him. Hopefully Ryan will get some hits on him. Hopefully Ryan will shield bash and also daze him, which would be great, because this is a good chance to get the old buster in while he's toppled. Shit, didn't do it. That did not go as well as I hoped it would. Right, so now... the nice thing, at least, about if you land a hit on Xord and it just does 1 damage because it bounces off him, that counts under the game system as a miss, so you always have a chance to do burst affinity on a miss. I don't know what the probability is, but yeah, you can get a good chance at that, which will give you a good crack at getting burst affinity like this, which hugely boosts your party gauge, which is exactly what you need to do here. Yeah, I don't know why his voice does this. Like, literally, whenever he's once you're out of the battle with him, once you're in battle with him, suddenly his voice sounds like it's been broadcast through like tiny speakers in a train station, which is infuriating. We've got another chain attack, brilliant. Right, let's get behind him here, and let's stream edge, and then again we'll topple, and this time I'll actually try and use Charlotte. Well, I can break him again. Let's Metal Blast to break him again. Oh, I was hoping to get a thing. Right, we'll just Rather than dazing him, we will Monado Buster him straight away. Hopefully Ryan will daze him with Shield Bash, but... Oh, shit! I enchanted by accident. Oh, I'm really not making the most of these chain attack moments on him.
No! We'll never get to Juju at this rate. I've got to think of something. Huh?
Hey, where did you come from?
You feeling hungry, huh? Chew on this, scrap for brains. Boy, now's your chance. Save Juju.
Atharon! Don't do it!
Hurry up!
At this rate, even if we save Juju, Atharon's gonna be...
You see a vision you don't like? We'll change the future together. Got it?
Change. The future. Yes. That's it. Right! You grab Juju!
Shulk! What are you doing?
Oh man, you think you can stop me?
No, I don't. But I can do this. Let's see if that mechon body of yours can withstand an ether river.
Juju, wake up!
Shala, leave the rest to us. Hang in there, you old fool!
Fall, you damn machine!
All of you!
Atharon!
Hold on!
Shulk!
What a shot!
Boy,
We can change our destinies. Atharon, you won't die here. Not today.
You cannot defeat me!
Get out of there! Quick! It's giving way!
He's gonna...
it won't be long now, my friends. But not before. Gado! This is for you. This is for the people of Colony 6.
But this isn't supposed to happen. Atharon!
Gado, I'll see you before long.
That was close. You wanna hurry up? My arm's about ready to drop off.
Thank you.
Save the thanks for Shulk and his vision. As soon as I saw an ether river, I knew this had to be the place.